Excelsior Springs police this afternoon asking for the public's help as they investigate a high-profile rape and kidnapping case. Officers want to speak to 36-year-old Janie Christel right here on your screen. Detectives believe she may be a potential witness to the case and may have information about the investigation involving Timothy Hazlitt Jr. They have been unable to locate her. Hazlitt is facing charges in Clay County. He was arrested and charged back in October after a woman told police Hazlitt kidnapped and sexually assaulted her. Today, after spending 4 days in the hospital last week, the 60-year-old had 2 stents placed in after suffering from chest tightness during the Big 12 tournament in KC. We do have a tweet from our very own Harold Kuntz, who is there, who said he has not seen Self, but of course we're hoping that he may come, that may change, and of course if he speaks and when, we'll bring that coverage to you live. Thank you for joining us for Fox 4 News at noon. I'm Christel Bell. One person is in critical condition after a shooting in Kansas City. It happened near Gregory Boulevard in Cleveland around noon. Officers found one person suffering from a gunshot wound. Paramedics rushed that person to the hospital. So far, no arrest. Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmidt says he plans to sue Kansas City if it moves ahead with its reimbursement plan for travel expenses to be used for city employee abortions. The Coast Guard is actually holding a media briefing right now. We are expected to hear from them. We know that the podium is up, and we are expecting them to take the podium to give us an update on the continued search for those 5 people that are still trapped. Yes, so a man is now charged in the death of a Kansas City police officer and his K-9, and also for another man. Now, this happened around 10:15 Wednesday night, a crash at Truman Road and Benton Boulevard on Kansas City's east side. Police say a speeding driver T-boned into Officer James Mulbauer's patrol car. On camera, someone stole a tip jar from a Florida restaurant. All the employees at the Hungry Howie's in Pinellas Park, Florida, split the tips at the end of the night. But the other night, when they went to try to get the tips, they couldn't find the jar. The owner reviewed the surveillance video. It showed someone taking the money practically right in plain sight.
Party?
Well, it's funny you ask, because Nick and I were just on the phone kind of looking at prices on, how we can get a ticket to come join you. But,
And what'd you see?
It looks like you'll be by yourself.
Yeah.
You won't make it.
Everybody's
Hey,
together.
we're all together.
Gang's all
it's
here.
amazing. Reunited, and it feels so good.
Did you notice I'm letting her sing?
Yeah. I'm taking a pass on that one.
YouTube video is giving people insight into who they really are.
That's right. Check out this picture. What is the first thing you see here?
Now, your answer will say a lot about your personality. The creators of the video say those who see a woman with dark hair have keen observational abilities and a focus on details. They tend to be more withdrawn or introverted.
Okay, and people who see a face with a wide chin are focused on the overall picture and less on details. These people tend to be more outgoing in social settings. I saw the woman first with the dark hair.
I saw an open sack. Potatoes.
What's that even describe?
Lawn waste. I don't know. It didn't.
So what does that say about you?
That's it for us here at 5. I'm sorry, we're out of time, Christel. Maybe we'll talk about it at 9.
Already meeting people from all around Chiefs Kingdom, so it's
Who
been a
would
blast.
call me while I'm interviewing the mayor?
Really popular.
Very popular, right?
Sorry.
Listen,
That's my college-age daughter. Follow me.
Dad, I need some money.
I'm interviewing the mayor on live TV, Georgia. Give me a minute.
I can't get down here. Can you come get me? Listen, we saw you when the Chiefs got off the plane.
Yeah.
You got a chance to
Oh, my
hold
God,
that
yeah.
Lombardi trophy. What did that feel
Well,
like?
you know what? First of all, it was surprising.
We are having a very good time out here. It is Fox 4 Giving Back. We are working here at the KC Pet Project, and I'm going to be honest. Some of these folks that I'm seeing working for Fox 4, I don't think I've seen them work that hard. We've got people out here power washing, cleaning cages. We're doing it all, and it's really hard to do some work when you've got so much cuteness going on over here. I've met a couple of new friends today. This is Charlie over here ready to go for his forever home. And then we've got Truth over here, my new friends that I've just met. And they're part of the Father's Day adoption event that's going to happen for KC Pet Project this weekend. warm hugs, and motivating pep talks.
It's not a we, it's an us.
These are the high moments for Miss Charlzetta Jackson.
I always wanted to teach.
It was 12 years ago, Jackson walked into New Chelsea Elementary School ready to serve as a parent liaison, ready to make a difference.
It allows the children to learn that someone is invested in their education.
An investment that is yielding a lifetime of results.
She's good. She helped me every day. She's my teacher, and I had lunch with her, and it makes me just feel so good.
Her everyday hustle centers around making sure these little humans have the best so they can grow up to be the best.
Every child that wanted a brand new pair of shoes, they gave them a brand new pair of shoes, and some of them were about 2 pairs of shoes and some socks.
Through her community partnership connections, donations, services, and resources pour into the school.
You don't know unless you ask. You don't know who's willing to help unless you present an opportunity.
Because she cares, 600 children and their families are taken care of.
Thank you, baby.
How she was able to garner nearly 500 love bags filled with a blanket, toiletries, and clothes, the students may never know, but they are grateful.
Much that is given, much is required. And I serve Christ, and I would like to know that when you have done this to the least of these, or if you help the babies, you're helping the family. And it's an opportunity. I feel like it's an extension of serving Christ in Christ's hand.
Her compassion reaches beyond the walls of the school. During the pandemic, she started this community food pantry, and it sits right outside the school doors. But anyone in the community has access to food, and Ms. Jackson makes sure that the donations are rolling in to keep it stocked.
At some point in time, we all need a hand. And so we stock that with canned goods, shelf-stable items.
This is in addition to the much-needed mobile food truck that comes once a month free of charge to the school, and the Backpack Buddies program that she coordinates with local organizations. Through her incredible work, students at New Chelsea are also learning a life lesson about caring for others.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Like Miss Jackson, because she takes care of kids. She helps kids. She helps them learn.
And for as long as she can, she'll continue to give because it's just in her heart.
So I want to read this to you. Tell me your thoughts on this. If you ever ask Miss Jackson what motivates her to do all of this for the students and families of New Chelsea, she will respond by saying that she was never able to have children of her own. So the 600 students at New Chelsea are her children.
That is so true. I don't have any children of my own, so my mission statement for my life is to help make somebody else's child better.
And we are so excited to announce that Miss Charlzetta Jackson has been named Fox 4's Remarkable Woman of the Year for 2023.
Yay,
Congratulations.
So we're like almost in tears.
I know, I'm trying to hold it back because she's gonna cry too. So we're gonna hear more from Miss Charlzetta Jackson right after the break. Don't go away. Connecting flight from the past.
The Red Tail Academy has its roots from the Tuskegee Airmen experiment from World War II.
To the future. The Red Tail Academy opened its doors here in Kansas City in June of 2020.
They all had their tails from the 332nd Fighter Group and had distincted their P-51s painted as a red tail.
The new program honors the elite group of all black aviators who became renowned for protecting bombers during World War II.
The professionalism they exhibited over the skies of Germany.
They exemplified professionalism in the air despite facing adversity and hardship on the ground.
When they see, oh, you came from Red Tail, then you have a certain standard.
Now setting a higher standard of excellence with a new generation of black pilots.
We had 3 go into the flying training, and they're still in training right now. So hopefully they'll complete the program here in the very near future and get their private pilot certificate.
The Red Tail Academy is also partnering with the Kansas City's Aviation Institute of Maintenance School.
If you take all the aviation schools in the world, we're not putting out that many.
To put just as many students of color in the cockpit and underneath a plane's engine.
We need over 769,000 maintenance technicians.
This is where your prop mounts onto.
I like to work with my hands and engines and stuff like that.
For DJ Sells, it's been a life-changing experience.
I just stuck with it. I was willing to go all out for this one, so that's what I did.
But when he first walked into AIM, he was
pulling trash, cleaning bathrooms, and wiping down toilets.
The 26-year-old was proudly cleaning the building.
I kept coming here and seeing these planes and people working here.
But he quickly became interested in working with planes. And after a few turbulent decisions in life, he decided now was the time to quit his janitorial work to take a different course.
I didn't want to have that bad taste in my mouth no more, so, I was like, I just had to bite down, take the focus off me and, think about others I could potentially motivate and, inspire.
It's literally
Inspiring others and himself.
Just knowing that I'm doing something that can, keep somebody safe in the area.
DJ's story took off, creating a mentoring program between the two schools.
We just, at first, wanted them to just help us work on the airplane so they could get on-the-job training experience. But a side benefit, which might even be the best benefit that we had, is they were mentors to our students. So as they were doing their work, they're able to interact with our students in language that they could understand and talk about some of the good opportunities.
And now, after completion of the program, DJ's hard work and determination has paid off, earning him a first-class ticket to one of the top airline manufacturers in the world, Embraer.
When you hear success stories like DJ, it feels like we got a W, we got a victory.
The complex harmony, the syncopated rhythms of jazz music help build Kansas City. And this weekend, new names will be added to the American Jazz Walk of Fame at 18th and Vine. Joining me in the studio at this hour is Congressman Emmanuel Cleaver and jazz musician and also this year's inductee, Ronald McFadden of the McFadden Brothers. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
We are so honored to have you. I want to start with you, Congressman Cleaver, because I understand this is something that is very, very dear to you, very passionate, this American Jazz Walk of Fame. So kind of tell us a little bit about why it's so dear to you.
Well, jazz made Kansas City famous long before the Chiefs and the Royals. And people from all around the world wanted to know about Kansas City jazz. In fact, two Jewish kids who had never been to Kansas City, 18-year-olds, wrote a song called Going to Kansas City, had never been here. They had heard about Kansas City and what was going on in the jazz community. And the whole world knew what was going on here. I think today many people have forgotten or they're too young to remember.
36 medallions are currently in the historic 18th and Vine district. We're talking about Charlie Parker, Bobby Watson, Marilyn May. What does this say about jazz music and its history in itself and Kansas City?
Well, it says that that in spite of the fact that there's been a lull in the knowledge of jazz in this country, and now around the world, in France, Israel, it's a whole different deal. But it says that that this music is too strong to die, and so we're saying in Kansas City that if you've never tasted jazz, you better come to Kansas City and get a taste before you die.
Yeah,
I'd hate to die and not hear the Kansas City jazz.
I heard that. I'm glad I'm here. Listen, so let's talk about this weekend. Saturday, the induction is going to happen. And first, let's just say congratulations to you.
Thank you.
To be inducted into the Walk of Fame, the Jazz Walk of Fame. It is an amazing honor. And to be from Kansas City, what does that mean to have this honor?
Well, I was talking to a guy before the interview, and I was telling him it's hard to imagine, when you're just doing what you do, that people appreciate what you've done, because we've been performing for 50 years.
Oh yeah.
Even though I only look 30.
I was going to say that too. But yes, I mean.
But it's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain.
Yeah,
you know, just being appreciated.
It's great. It's great. I've had an opportunity listening to now Groovy People. I love that. Mona Lisa, some of the great music. And it's just like what you said, just to have an opportunity to hear it here in Kansas City, get a taste of it, is what you said, Congressman. I think that's an awesome thing to do. Let's talk about what we will see tomorrow night. People can come down. I think I heard we were talking about this. Sold out, though, right? The concert. We've got Peebo Bryson, R&B legendary Peebo Bryson, that'll be here. But the induction will start at 6 o'clock, the ceremony, correct?
Yes, they'll be inducted at 6 o'clock, and then the crowd will walk over to the concert in the Gym Theater, and they'll get a chance to see and hear if they never have. Because I can't imagine that anybody over the age of 1 is not seeing the McFadden brothers.
Yeah.
And to see them on the stage tomorrow night and their multiple artistry. Yes, I got it.
Something like that. We get it, right? Yeah. Well, this is great. Listen, if you have a moment, we've got a lot of things going on in Kansas City, but it's going to be tomorrow night. 6 o'clock, the induction ceremony will start. It's at 18th and Vine at the historic 18th and Vine district. Peebo Bryson and the McFadden brothers will be there in concert starting at 7 o'clock. You can go out there. The induction ceremony is free. For more information about where you can go to get that, you can go to the American Jazz Walk of Fame.org for more ticket information to find out how you can get involved, if you can get tickets. All right.
I had to buy a lot of tickets.
All right. Thanks you guys so much for being with us today. We certainly enjoyed it. All right.